What's up, guys? It's me. Trevon James, coming down with a little cold again on the greatest weekend of all. The greatest weekend to come down with a cold. Trevon James comes down with a cold, so hopefully I can shake it off by Sunday. I'm super excited and I got a little anxiety too, just because of the anticipation and just because, the FUD, the excitement, all of that mixing together is making me anxious, not nervous, but anxious to get this launch over with, because every question that everybody has about Tewkenaire is about the launch. So yesterday, the concern was the limits at the launch. Now, the only people asking about limits are, maybe I'm wrong, but the only ones concerned about limits are whales and people who want to try and game it as fast as possible. Anybody else is just like, okay, well, whatever. So, let me just talk about those limits real quick. So the limits are in play now. It's only a limit for the first 10 minutes. You can do whatever you want after that, but there are limits set in place to protect you, so that you don't get wrecked, So there are limits put in place so that there is not one person who can come in, dump a gajillion Tron in, and then be the person that can dump on everybody. That's what we got the ambassadors for, so there can't be any huge dumps. Now, Crypto Heme put out a video. I uploaded it to the Tewkenaire DAP channel. Make sure you go subscribe to that channel down below and subscribe. And I love the way that channel was coming along. It's really showing the documentation of Tewkenaire from multiple people, not just one person. So that channel was going to be a very beautiful thing months from now, when you can go back and see the countdown timer ticking down, then the launch, and then the contract going up, the contract going down, and everybody talking about it and stuff like that. So go subscribe to that channel. But Crypto Heme put out a video first. Now this is the video that really got everybody shook up and started flooding in the ETH community. And I think ETH heads are just scared, and naturally so. I understand why they would be shook. Nobody's talking about Ethereum dApps, and that's what they need is marketers. You need people talking about these things, or they're not going to grow. Nobody wants to get in on something, and no one's talking about, so nobody's talking about Ethereum dApps. And they don't have anyone to market to that, that platform, because marketing is the most important thing when it comes to crypto. Outside of development, the next most important thing is marketing and getting people attracted to it. So he put out a video. I've been knowing him for a long time. I don't know him, but associate. He put out a video. I didn't get to watch it, but he was saying that, before the video, he was talking about how the price, or the first buy, was going to get like 1 million tokens, and I know that's not correct, because I participated in the testnet, and I didn't get nowhere near 1 million tokens. I got 136,000. So he went to, I guess, Decentralized Minds or wherever, and people were laughing and saying, oh, that's not going to work. Oh my goodness, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, blah, blah, blah. And then I went on the Drama on Crypto show, and, they started, ganging up on me. I didn't have anyone there, to help me, because I'm not a developer. A lot of these things I don't know, and I'll sit here and admit that I don't know how to code. I don't know how to do the math. I have other people who talk to me and give me the best scenarios and the best suggestions, right? So he said 1 million. Now I knew that wasn't right. So basically, long story short, he went and made another video correcting himself, and he said that the scaling was fine and it was actually good. It's on the Tewkenaire Dap channel. You can go look at it and watch it. But basically, the price scaling and all of that is fine. The only thing more swig. The only thing that we as a Tewkenaire community, Tewkenaires, only thing that we have to worry about is the launch. After the launch, it's gonna work because of the way the price is set up and the way the ambassadors is set up. It's gonna be a floor, and it's gonna be going like over time. It's gonna be beautiful, as long as there is attention and participation, because that's all that needs. And to have attention and participation, you have to have people talking about it and telling people about it, right? So the price is going to be going like this over time. It's going to be beautiful because there's going to be a stone floor. That only way it'll break is if one of these idiots dumps their tokens, which, I mean, the only way, and that wouldn't even really kill it, because they would just, the Tron would just go to everybody else. So people would be sad, but yay, it'd be one of those things. So the only way the floor can go lower is if somebody makes mistakes and fat fingers, which maybe somebody will do it down the road, but I don't think too many people are going to fat finger. The only person that doesn't need to fat finger is me, and I'm not going to be on that account that much anyway. So anyway, the price and scaling is going to be fine after launch. The only thing that we need to protect is the launch. So that's why the limits have been put in place. So I'm not going to give the numbers because that will defeat the purpose of the limits. But I will say, when the clock hits 0, what's going to happen is it's going to say hard refresh. And it's going to have a message there telling you what the limit is, what to do now. You know what I'm saying? It's going to say, do this, and you can go ahead and do it. It's not going to be like a guessing game. Oh shit, what the fuck you word? It's not going to be like that. Hank has done this. I've been on Frag Token since the beginning, and every time he launches a new DApp, it's the same way. It's a countdown timer, and it says hard refresh, and then you hard refresh, and it's there. So that's the only thing that you have to be concerned about, is being there at the launch. If you're really trying to get in early, which you don't have to do, only if you're trying to ROI super fast, you have to be there on the first day. You're gonna ROI. The only way that you're gonna lose is if something breaks, right? Which is unlikely. Got the audit, didn't see any bugs or anything, which is unlikely. And or if you sell before you made more than you put in. So there's FUD out there, but I don't think it's I think people are just used to being scammed and used to getting wrecked, and they're very careful, which I gotta say I understand. But some people are speculating that, so the price, when the price goes, the way the price goes up is the first buyer gets the most coins and he pumps the price the most, right? And then as it pumps, it goes like this, and it goes like this, and it curves off, right? So it's gonna be an initial pump, and then it's gonna gradually flatten out over time, and it's gonna take more and more TRX to pump the price up, every one Tron, right? So people are speculating 4 to 5 TRX per token on the first day. The starting price is going to be 0.005. Really, the starting price for most people is going to be 0.14, 0.13 after the ambassadors. Maybe lower, probably lower, because some aren't going to participate. Some are going to miss the boat. Some people are going to be daydreaming. Blah blah blah. Some people are going to put less than 10K. So the starting price at the most is going to be 0.14 for everyone else. And people are speculating that this thing is going to go 4 to 5 million TRX first day, 50 million within 2 weeks, and within a month, People are saying this thing is going to be at 100 million TRX. Now, I'm not sure, but every now and then I see somebody come in there and they're like, what's going on? What is this? What is this? And we're like, well, how much do you want to put in? A million TRX. I've heard like 4 people say that. So I can only imagine those are only 4 that are in the Telegram. So it's probably going to be a lot of hype. Every time I watch a video about this, the person who's doing the video is like, this is going to be big. They're so excited because they think it's going to be really big. So when everybody thinks it's going to be big, that's what makes it big. So, you know, I don't want to hype this up. I just wanted to clear it up and get you to understand why the limits are there, how the price scaling works, and so you can put your mind at ease, guys. And again, you don't have to sell your freaking house to go in. Go with 10 TRX, man. You don't have to put a lot in. You know, you don't have to go all in. So I just want to get that off my chest, man. You know, I don't want to end the video. I want to talk some more. I like this setup. So it's less than, well, a little bit more than 2 days left as of right now. 2 days left. That number on the countdown is getting smaller and smaller. It's getting small, and I'm getting excited. You know, I'm getting excited, and it's not a like, guys, the amount that I'm gonna make from this isn't even all that. I mean, it's a good amount, but I made more from TronBet. I made more from so many other dApps. So for me, it's not really about making the TRX. It's more about having something that I feel confident in, that I can talk about for a long, long time. And I know that there's no one behind me. You know, there's no one behind me pulling strings. Pulling strings or making decisions. You know, this I kind of want to call it mine because it's my idea, but it's really something that I thought up for everyone to gather around, you know, for my community to gather around. Because if you look around, everyone who's initially ambassadors and stuff, they're my circle, you know. So it's something for us to gather around on Tron, and people are saying it's going to be the biggest thing on Tron. Will it be? I don't know. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't have to be, but I hope it's big. And I hope people don't sell, panic sell, and lose. You know, because the only way you're gonna lose is if you get out before you've made all your TRX back. That's how all of them work. So brainstorming about the second dApp, you know, for Tewkenaire. Partners, you know, I aren't really worried about partners because partners are gonna come. But as far as the second Tewkenaire dApp, brainstorming, I want that to be something cool. Original is probably going to be gambling, probably going to have its own token, but for sure it's going to feed Tewkenaire, and it's going to have its own token that people mine. Now what kind of game is it going to be, I'm not sure, but I'm going to say, you know, I talked to Hank and I asked him, I said, well, what's the relationship going forward? You know, like, what can we expect going forward? And he said, well, he's got his own projects. He's got dApp number 9 for Fried Token and dApp number 10 pretty much in the works. They're going to get this done, and then they're going to start doing their work on their next dApp. And then after their next dApp is done, he'll come back and start working on Tewkenaire's next dApp. So he's saying beginning of December is when he should be available to start working on the second dApp for Tewkenaire that will feed the main contract. So what I'm looking forward to is Tewkenaire being what every other hourglass should have been, which is the center where everybody gathers around that and shares wealth, and then you have all these other things that people interact with that feed that one to keep the volume going. So starting in December, we should be working on the concept, and this is a community thing. Like, throw your ideas out there, you know. But The second DApp should be brainstormed this month, because it's November now, and starting December it should start getting built. So that gives us a month. You know, people are saying, you know, Sonny, he's been saying how, you know, it's made up on the floor. It made up on the floor. You know, we are. You know, it is being made up on the fly, and that's dope. That if this comes out and it's made up on the fly and it works, I mean, it's an hourglass contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying about how it's being made up on the fly. Okay, yeah, that is kind of an issue, but it's an hourglass contract. It's not that difficult, and it's not that many differences in the original. So it being made up on the fly isn't really shouldn't be a big issue, right? Especially, did you read the audit? Did anybody read the audit? The auditor said, he sent the message. I'm gonna try and pull this up. I'm not sure if it'll show, but he said it was a pleasure. I think he said it was a pleasure reading the code, yo. Like the way he said it. I'm not sure if I can find it, but he just was like, man, it was a pleasure reading this code. The audit is complete. I commend your dev on the great work. I'm putting a great effort. That's not the one though. Yeah, I can't find it. But he just was like, it was a pleasure to read the shit. Like it's the way he put it was like, this is some good code. Like the way he said that shit. So the code is good, man. So it's not really much to worry about. The only thing to really worry about is bad players. Bad players. And we're trying to make sure that that doesn't become a problem. But anyway, I guess I'm done ranting for now. You guys go ahead and find something wrong with what I said in this video. Go talk about it on Drama and Crypto in your low volume ETH community. You know what's funny? Justin's son was live streaming at the Samsung event. He named the wallet ETH Killer. Ethereum Killer. He named the wallet Ethereum Killer on the phone. That was funny. So yeah, man. One thing you gotta do, man, is when you see things aren't good, you gotta be able to pivot. Ethereum isn't really doing much, man. And I would say it's overvalued as well. It's like number 3 on CoinMarketCap. So the only place for it to go is down from there. So Tron is like number 10. It can go up from there. So I think Ethereum's overvalued, especially being that Tron and other things are out there. But yeah, that's about it. Like I said, subscribe to the Tewkenaire DApp channel. Hit like on this video. Join the Telegrams. Do all that good stuff. And don't talk to me unless it's about Tewkenaire.